Welcome back to the Jimmy O Show. Here this time with our defensive players of the week, or at least two of our defensive players of the week, Nick Anderson, Dorian Williams. What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Doing well, man.
Y'all see, I bet y'all can close your eyes and read out the letters on those microphones. You've been in front of them so long on this show. Great to have you again, man. Look, I didn't bring the stats with me, but I know both double-digit tackles, and once again, the team leaders in tackles. But then also, 2 sacks, 2.5 sacks for you, Dorian, 2 for you, Nick, something like that. Yeah, and then some other tackles for lost. Guys, just it's the theme, right? It's every week in, week out, the high level, consistent high level of production and play out of you guys has been sort of like, when I think about this magical season 20 years from now, I'll remember y'all to run around the field.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
It's just been so cool to watch. And so I guess let's before we get into next week, we got some news this week. Senior Bowl invite for you, Dorian.
Yes, sir.
You ready to go make a show there in Mobile?
Yes, sir. For sure, man. We should focus on UCF.
No, I know. No. That's we flushed that for now.
Yes, sir.
And I don't want to spend too much time on Tulsa because I know, man, y'all. I was a little skeptical first. Y'all tell me about this 1-0. Y'all tell me about we got it in us, so we're gonna win a conference championship, but everything keeps coming true. It's like, yeah, you're now in the thick of it with 3 left to win a conference championship. But y'all, the key to it all has been just going to one game at a time.
Right. For sure.
When did the 1-0 start? Let's go there. And who came up with that?
Honestly, it's really something that Coach Fritz has been saying for the longest since we've been here. It's just, not get ahead, to take one game at a time, or stay in the moment. It's something that has been preached throughout the program, but it really came forth after, and was stressed after the Southern Miss game.
Sure.
And just, we didn't capitalize on that opportunity. We let it slip through, and so we put a point of emphasis on that, starting off with Houston of, not looking too far in the future and focusing on each game, putting all the preparation into each game, because we were able to look at the next weekend, know that, we didn't prepare with the same intensity that we did when we was playing K-State. Didn't prepare the same type of way. So that's really when the 1-0 thing started, when we, went into Houston, focusing on Houston, and after Houston, so on and so on. And it's been something that has definitely helped us rise to the occasion each week this season.
Yeah, and I mean, when you look at it, you've had several opportunities to test that this year, and I think, this most recent one, it was another one, because it would have been easy to overlook Tulsa in a week of preparation, just from the standpoint of first sellout crowd in your career here, right? Every seat in the building was packed. Get the big homecoming win. Then you get the bye, and then the 11 a.m. kickoff. They got the losing record and all that. And I mean, it would have been easy to sort of not get the level of preparation needed. And the first thing Coach Fritz pointed out in the post game locker room was the excellent work y'all put in all week.
Right.
And I guess that's Dorian. That's what 1-0 is all about, right? It's not every Saturday. It's about every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
For sure. And you hear us saying out there, we walk around giving each other handshakes before practice. It's 1-0. We're gonna win the week. We're gonna win the game on Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday. Those are hard days. That's the days we choose to get after it. So that's for sure. And then Tulsa, those guys, they've been getting out there the last 2 years. So
yeah, well, you did have some
motivation. Yeah. So the way we losing those guys the past couple of years kind of hurt. In overtime both times. So. For sure, definitely want to get after those guys for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. And look, looking real quickly at that game that we talked about, y'all's individual stats, and a couple of other points that stood out, man. Look, Jaden Kennedy wasn't out there. Jarius came in, had to play every snap, I believe, at outside corner. Did a great job out there.
Yeah, for sure.
It was just so cool to see another, just guys step up over and over again when they're called on. But then the other thing is, Braxton brought a lot to the table. Not a lot of tape on him. Don't really know what he's going to bring. But the one thing was immediately apparent was that if you didn't have lane discipline on the pass rush, you guys were rushing a lot. If you got out your lanes, the guy was going to make you pay. And really, what kind of stood out to me most was we got ahead, put them in the passing situation. Guys dropping back a lot. I really saw that discipline, kind of keeping him in the pocket. I mean, he broke it a couple times, but nothing. It's not something where he did long-term damage. Just was that a point of emphasis for you guys? Was not only, okay, we want to collapse by, we want to get the quarterback, but we got to do it by staying in our, we're responsible for our gaps. We got to stay in our lane and not freelance out there. So
Yes, sir.
keep it contained.
Really, like prior to the game, we saw that the quarterback before him started had taken a huge hit against SMU. So we kind of figured that it was up in the air who was going to play. Coach Hampton, the coaching staff did a great job of game planning for both quarterbacks. So we knew once we got Braxton in the game what type of guy he was. He was going to be more athletic, want to run around and make plays with his feet if he couldn't get the ball down the field. And we did a great job of making adjustments. Like you said, he had a couple big runs, but after that, we did a great job of everybody staying in their pass rush lanes, everybody keeping shoulder leverage, and we contained him throughout the second half.
Yeah, it really did. And, he had the one big run with the hurdle. It was like the one time their crowd got into the game at all.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he made it.
It was a great play.
And look, sometimes you tip the cat to a great play, but then you look at it like, look, man, they got loud once. All game, you're doing your job if you hear them once.
Yeah.
So speaking of preparing for two quarterbacks, we're on to UCF, okay? And and I guess it's much like the difference between Brent and Braxton, but between Plumlee and Mikey Keene are a pretty big difference. The two quarterbacks for UCF, one guy is really good in the pocket, processes fast, gets the ball out. The other guy is an incredible athlete who you almost want to keep in the pocket. Like you keep in the pocket, it's like, okay, I want to see you beat me in the front of the pocket, Plumlee, but when he gets outside, he gets dangerous. Whereas Keene, does his work more in the pocket. So I guess we're preparing for two again. Right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yes, sir, for sure.
John Rice didn't play the second half of Cincinnati and didn't play at all last week due to concussion protocol. So it's up in the air right now. We're preparing for both quarterbacks because the backup quarterback actually was a starter last year, won 9 games. I think he's playing with a big chip on his shoulder from their quarterback situation. So it's definitely going to be interesting who they decide to let play on Saturday. But we're going to be prepared whether it's 13 or 10. We're ready.
No doubt we'll be ready. They also bring real variety in the running back room too. I think different guys bring different things to the table.
Yeah, for sure.
Bowles is a big power guy, and then Richardson is one of the faster guys in college football probably. But Harvey's been the guy lately that's been sort of looked like he's been developing as a bell cow. What's going to be the key to to me, Gus Malzahn offense, UCF, whichever quarterback it is, everything keys off the run game for them even more than other people. So what's going to be the key to sort of slowing down the UCF run game and allowing us to dictate the play?
Just gap integrity. Everybody got to stay in their gaps. Do your job. That's our biggest thing from last year. Guys were trying to do other people's jobs. So this year it was a great job of everybody doing their job and tackling. That's the biggest thing. Wrapping guys up, squeezing them, have other guys come in and help, flying to the ball. That's all great things. To use to help stop the run game.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yes, sir.
I mean, look, you guys have been one of the better tackling units in the country all year long. I don't expect any of that to change. I mean, look, there's no doubt, and you look at Hudson and O'Keefe on the outside. I mean, they got weapons everywhere. When you have really athletic guys, it's harder to be good tacklers, but we've tackled lots of good athletic guys all year long.
Yes, sir.
So look, man, it's going to be a huge game. We're looking at another big crowd. We're looking at really a lot of attention on this game. You boys are being talked about on the college football playoff show and all this stuff. And look, we dealt with that too, they didn't the playoff, but every game day they're talking about us, which never happened at Tulane, right? And it feels good, but at the same time, that's stuff you got to kind of just block out, right? Ultimately, that's not going to dictate what happens on Saturday.
Yes, sir. All that's just noise. We know everything we got to prove is going to be out here on the field, and to keep that noise and the notoriety to the university as well and to the football program. We just want to keep playing. Week after week. Keep winning, and we know we got to do it on the field. So
yeah. Look, man, I'll just leave out with this. I was on the team playing this year, and I talked to the office this week, and I was with my 9 and 10-year-old daughters, and everybody just made it kind of a special thing for them. You guys couldn't have been more polite and just nice to my kids and nice to everybody around. And I know y'all well enough to know that's nothing new for y'all, but y'all got everybody kind of in line now, man. Y'all are truly team leaders, and the sort of the collective character of this team is just something special. I've been around a lot of football teams over the years. I just haven't seen it 1 through 100, including all the coaches and everything too, where it's just a really cool thing to be around you guys, man.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Glad
yeah.
they had a good time.
Yeah, y'all should just, I mean, y'all literally, like, everybody wants to be a leader, but you guys have been leaders, and y'all should take a lot of pride in the way you've led these people to do everything the right way, not just play football the right way, but everything. Everybody's taking care of their business in the classroom, off the field, everything else, man, and I got a lot of respect for both of you.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, look, I had to share that with my friends. They're going to be back. You know, we know that. But until next time, folks, I want you to please go over to the Fear the Wave Collective website, ftwcollective.com. See how you can get involved helping our student athletes. Make sure you listen to all of our shows on the Fear the Wave cast channels, podcasts, YouTube, etc. And man, just be part of this. It's been fun, and these guys have been great. And we want to keep on rolling. So. Folks, we will be back with you next week. Until next time, roll wave.
Roll
Roll
wave.
wave.